guys, welcome back to another Game of Thrones video. Today well, it's not necessarily a review, but I will be talking about my theories for the finale of Game of Thrones based on episode 5. I do have to warn you that if you hear heavy breathing, it's not me, it's my dog. He just had playtime and this other dog exhausted him, so, you know. He's walking around huffing and puffing, if you know what I mean. Just wanted to warn you that it's not me. So like I said, for this video, I will, there he is. So like I said, for this video, I will be talking about my theories for the finale of Game of Thrones based on what we saw episode 5. So let's jump right into this, shall we? Theory number 1, that Dany will sentence Tyrion to death by fire. And that's basically because in episode 5 we saw where she told Tyrion, let this be the last time you let me down, but then Tyrion proceeded to let Jaime go. And even though him letting Jaime go didn't necessarily cause anything to go different, Dany is not the forgiving type. Dany's not the type to say, oh, okay. She's just gonna see that he committed treason. You know, he still sided with his brother when she was at war. So I think that Dany is going to sentence Tyrion to death by fire. I don't actually think that he will die though, but I think that she will sentence him to death. Arya. I don't know, I actually don't have a theory for Arya's story. I don't know how it's going to end. I can only hope that she will get back to Gendry and marry Gendry and be Lady Baratheon. That's all I can hope for her. Bronn will probably come back to a burnt down King's Landing. No Jaime, no Cersei. Basically will maybe fight for Tyrion if Tyrion is sentenced to death. Maybe he will do a trial by combat. I don't know. But I feel like if he did, Bronn would probably be that person. Although at this point, I don't think Tyrion can really promise him anything anymore, so. At this point, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen with Grey Worm, but I can assume that he's probably gonna die. I just don't know how. I have an idea. Maybe defending Dany. Maybe. Sir Davos, we all know he's gonna survive. Like, Sir Davos is just that character that has just been like surviving through all of Game of Thrones, and he's just pretty cool actually. He's just always behind the scenes. So I think Sir Davos, I don't think he'll die. I think Sir Davos will survive and he'll probably serve in the next council, whoever is at the throne. He'll probably be their hand or on their council for sure. Because I feel like Sir Davos is well-rounded. Everyone trusts him. And that just leaves me with my final theory. And I guess it's 2 theories, but it goes hand in hand. Basically, my theory is that Dany will also sentence Sansa to death because Sansa also committed treason against her queen by telling Tyrion about Jon Snow's real identity and him being Aegon Targaryen. And I believe that Dany will see that as treason. Dany will sentence Sansa to death. And I think that at this point is probably when Jon Snow is going to be like, all right, knock it off. And ultimately, I believe that Jon Snow will kill Dany. He will kill her. Also, if you're wondering why I think this, it's just because it's the obvious choice, because Jon is the other Targaryen, so remember, we still have Drogon, and Dany is the only one that can control Drogon. So it's not like anybody can just kill Dany and just be like, oh yeah, and here's a dragon. You know, like, that's not gonna happen, but Jon could possibly be able to control Drogon. So if Jon kills Dany, I think he can still have some sort of control over Drogon. Don't know. But don't think that this will mean that Jon Snow gets the throne. I don't think he wants the throne, even if there is a throne left over, because I feel like after what we just saw in episode 5 with the Mad Queen burning down all of King's Landing, I don't think there's a throne to go back to. But if there is a throne, I don't believe that Jon Snow will take it. I don't think that he wants it. I know he doesn't want it, because he's made that pretty clear. So he'll probably go back to the north, or hell, maybe he even goes back to Tormund and just goes and becomes a wildling, right? But with that being said, with Jon killing Dany and Jon going away to the north or wherever, I think that only leaves one person to rule, and that person is gonna be Sansa Stark. Yeah. I think Sansa Stark is going to rule the Seven Kingdoms. And by her side will be Tyrion, because they were married. So it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that her and Tyrion would rule. You know, they were married once, and we did see them have that moment in the crypt, back in the crypt. So it could be possible. So with that being said, those are my theories for the Game of Thrones finale. I'm so excited. Although I've heard from different people that actually were in Game of Thrones say that the ending will be disappointing, and I don't know. I know there's rumors about it being Bran. I didn't mention him in my theories because that's the obvious theory that everyone's been throwing around, that it's gonna be Bran. And I don't really like that one. So what we just heard are my theories, okay? But what I'm about to tell you are real spoilers that supposedly were leaked a while back about Game of Thrones. So if you don't want to hear that, skip through this part, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds to be safe. But basically the leaked information was that Bran was gonna be the king, and that Sir Davos, Bronn, and Tyrion were gonna be on the council. Sansa was gonna be Queen of the North. Jon was gonna kill Dany. And then Jon was gonna go back to the Wall. Arya was gonna go back to the Faceless Man to serve him and his god. And basically that was the leak. And everyone was very disappointed, and everyone was hoping that that wasn't the actual truth. We don't know. I also hope that's not the actual truth, but we don't know. Anyway, you heard my theories, and if it actually happens, then you know where you heard them first, right here. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I will have one more last video after the Game of Thrones finale. I'm so excited. I know you guys are excited too. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, por favor, and also click the little bell notification so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And comment below, what would you like to see me review? I've been doing Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones is almost over, so I don't know what I'm reviewing next, but you guys can go ahead and suggest things. Go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook, all those links will be down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.